Roots actors Pamela Adlon
I'm so curious.
and Katherine Hahn.
They went to a new world.
Family history reveals secrets
What? How do you know that?
and scandal.
Do you think they kept all of this a secret from everyone?
Isn't that nuts?
Plus, a DNA match.
What? That's so cool!
On the next Finding Your Roots, made possible in part by Ancestry. Finding Your Roots is available with PBS Passport and on Amazon Prime Video. Corporate funding for Season 8 of Finding Your Roots was provided by...
On Ancestry, I discovered more about my great-great-grandfather, Baptiste Cheraton. Ancestry threads all of the little facts together into a narrative. It gives you a picture of his life.
And by Johnson & Johnson, a proud sponsor of Finding Your Roots. Additional funding was provided by the Ford Foundation, working with visionaries on the front line of social change worldwide. The Gordon and Betty Moore Foundation, the Carnegie Corporation of New York, and by the Inkwell Society and its members, Candace King Weir. The Lloyd Carney Foundation, Jim and Susan Swartz, Sheryl Sandberg and Tom Bernthal, Ann Wojcicki, Hayward L. Draper, Nicole Comisiung, and Darnell Armstrong. Major funding was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by generous contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
You're watching PBS.
Stories of Russian activists and journalists refusing to stay silent, facing arrest and imprisonment in the face of Putin's crackdown on critics of the war in Ukraine.
The regime has become much more authoritarian.
Next, only on PBS Wisconsin.
Program support for PBS Wisconsin is provided by
the Otto Bremer Trust, advancing the legacy of Otto Bremer by investing in people, places, and opportunities in the region for more than 75 years. Online at ottobremer.org.
PBS Wisconsin, anywhere. It's what you want, when you want it, and where you want it. On air, online at pbswisconsin.org, on the free PBS app, and on live TV streaming services. Wherever you are and however you watch, PBS Wisconsin is there. PBS Wisconsin, anywhere.
I think I want to be remembered, first of all, as a God-fearing man. Sometimes I'll be known as someone that might have been a little bit of a pain to get along with, but I don't think there's anybody that can't say that I didn't show them love. How about you?
I want to be remembered as a hard worker. I want to show people that I care and treat everyone with kindness and respect because we all deserve that. When you think about the future, what are you most scared of and what are you most hopeful for?
I think what I'm most scared of are my grandyoungins and what they may have to deal with in the future. Nuclear war, our resources being depleted.
What I'm most afraid of is that we'll keep getting divided. But all wrapped in that, I'm hopeful because you and I come from, maybe different backgrounds and maybe different political views and maybe different religious views, but none of that has ever stopped us from being a family.
If we still lived in the circumstances from years ago or the way things were years ago, we would probably never know each other. Mm-hmm. There were some things that I taught when I was a young man that would have never allowed us to even have a conversation. Mm-hmm. But I thank God that He gave me the knowledge to understand what love really means.
Does it bother you that we don't agree about politics?
No, it doesn't bother me. Being different shows us the different sides of things. We may differ in a lot of things, but we agree in a lot of things, and I think we listen to each other in a lot of things. You're precious to me. You really are.
When they were first married, my folks had a house in Madison. The original property was farmland. There were no trees, it was just open. My mother wanted the kids and the neighbor kids to have good places to play. So they bought hundreds of potted trees and planted them. That group of kids built forts together and climbed trees together and played together. The gifts that she gave us, I'm immensely grateful for. Mother had put together a living trust. She wanted to continue to support Wisconsin Public Television. It had been an important part of her life, and when she wasn't here anymore, she knew that there were some things that could go on that would make life good or better for others. It was so in keeping with the way she lived her life, and I was proud of her.
Watch the best from PBS and PBS Wisconsin anytime, anywhere.
On Secrets of the Dead, Hieroglyphics, mysterious symbols from the ancient past.
For the ancient Egyptians, the word was incredibly powerful.
But who inscribed the texts that help us understand ancient Egypt?
These hieroglyphs, who painted them, I've got to get to know him.
Decoding Hieroglyphics on Secrets of the Dead.
Wednesday nights, only on PBS Wisconsin.
President Putin making clear he will not back down in Ukraine, calling up hundreds of thousands of men, a move that prompted widespread protests.
Слава нашим доблестным вооруженным силам! За Россию! За победу! Ура!
In a special presentation from inside Russia.
The risks for other contributors making this film are immense.
Stories of activists and journalists refusing to stay silent.
What joins them together is that they're brave enough to confront the government.
Risking arrest and imprisonment.
Ну и мы надеемся, что если какие-то тревожные звоночки прозвенят, можно схватить паспорт и просто уехать.
But people seem to be very angry.
In the face of Vladimir Putin's crackdown on critics of the war in Ukraine.
Vladimir Putin issued a stark warning to the people he called scum and traitors.
We do have a lot of people who care about our country falling apart.
Now on Frontline, Putin's war at home.
It's important that the world knows that the resistance is ongoing, and there are people who disagree with the current regime.
Frontline is made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. And by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional support is provided by the Abrams Foundation, committed to excellence in journalism. The John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, committed to building a more just, verdant, and peaceful world. More at macfound.org. Park Foundation, dedicated to heightening public awareness of critical issues. The Heising Simons Foundation, unlocking knowledge, opportunity, and possibilities. More at hsfoundation.org. And by the Frontline Journalism Fund, with major support from John and Joanne Hagler, and additional support from Koo and Patricia Ewan, committed to bridging cultural differences in our communities.